Okay, welcome to my channel. I got this lathe for bigger bowl turning or bigger chunks of wood I can put on here. I did some research and I decided to get this Delta 46460. And let me tell you something, it's like night and day. This thing is so well built and solid. I felt, when I got on here, it just felt like everything's turning like butter. And I can get small, I can get things really small and tiny and do intricate, delicate, tiny work. You can't do that on the Harbor Freight. This is just amazing to me. There's a huge difference. I think because it's well built, it's sturdy, it's very precise. Now I'm not hindering anyone from starting off on the Harbor Freight. That Harbor Freight is a good lathe to start off with, that's for sure. Definitely, it's pretty inexpensive, or fairly inexpensive, and you know, you make your mistakes and you learn stuff, and that's the best way to begin. You don't want to begin on an expensive lathe and you know, then you have problems. But I tell you what, you learn how to do things on the Harbor Freight and you carry it over to a higher, you know, when you upgrade, you're going to notice a huge difference, and it's just going to be amazing that you learn your tools on a Harbor Freight lathe and then you upgrade. It's like, wow, this is incredible. So, you know, I've watched videos, people turning wood. I'm like, how do they do that? You know, my wood, when I'm cutting it down to size and stuff, is not doing like their wood. And I thought, man, their tools must be very sharp. And they are. And I've sharpened my tools and it still, you know, doesn't really, I mean, it'll cut down better, but it doesn't do like them. And now I know why, because they got very expensive lathes that turn very smoothly. There's no vibration or hardly any vibration at all. And it's very perfectly centered from the tailstock and headstock. It's lined up and it's true. And you put your piece on there and it is just amazing. Anyway, I'm going to turn this, it's a ferro rod handle that I made. I'll put to the side, but I'm going to use it to demonstrate how small you can get stuff. And since I can carry this, since I can turn this lathe to a high speed also, that helps. That's incredible. That helps me tremendously. The highest speed I think the Harbor Freight goes, let me look at it real quick. I covered this up because I didn't want Fatwood stuff getting on my knob. It goes to 2400. And the lowest speed it gets is 600. Okay, this one right here, you change the belt from, you got 3 pulleys and you change the belt. It's on its highest speed right now. But it gets as low as 250 RPMs. And it gets as high as 4,000 RPMs. And that is just absolutely incredible to me. That right there helps me tremendously. Speed does matter when it comes to doing certain tiny, intricate, delicate work. Now, I'm still learning a lot of stuff. I just did a piece and then I finally decided to switch over to a larger section to cut it off, and I broke my piece. So I had a little tiny area and I broke my piece messing with a larger area. And that's the second time I've done that. You would have thought that I learned the first time. But anyway, I'm just going to demonstrate on here. I'm going to kind of rough it out a little bit or bring it down to size, okay? And then we'll go from there. Let me get the base started real quick a little bit with the parting tool down here. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's late at night. I just got off of work. Anyway, I am smoothing out a piece that I've had for a long time. I had it, made something else with it, and I wasn't, too certain about really having it the way I had it. So anyway, I'm going to make another vessel. And this Fatwood here is just absolutely gorgeous piece. Here, I'll let you see it close up. You see the patterns, the swirls on there. Isn't that gorgeous? And I'm going to put some finials on it. I'm going to put a finial on top and then a base. Look at that. Isn't that sweet? That is fantastic. This is some gorgeous wood right here. Anyway, I'm going to make something beautiful out of it, okay? Alright, and I hope y'all can join me and watch me. I went ahead and smoothed it out some. It was already a vessel, more like a little vase, but it wasn't quite the way I wanted it, so I'm just taking that piece and redoing it. Okay, so you haven't missed out on anything. It's something I did a long time ago. That's not smooth right there. Okay, and we're going to get right to it, okay? Alright. I hope you can see me on the other side when I get going. Alright, see you then. Let's get to our piece of art here. I got this beautiful, beautiful swirls on designs of this ball. And I was seriously thinking on opening it up with my tools, hollowing tools I've never used yet. But I thought, well, if I've never used them before, what if I mess it up? So I might just leave this one alone and practice on something else. So, yeah, I got these hollowing tools, but I don't know if I'll do the right thing or not. They're carbide tips. And they're beautiful, but I've never used them. So what I think I'll do, and yes, I got wood shavings in them because I opened it up one day and I never closed it. And I had it behind me, so all the wood shavings started blowing in there. It'll be okay. I can just blow it out. It'll be fine. But anyway, I think that I'll leave it alone because I don't want to mess up this beautiful piece of wood, do you? It's gorgeous. The swirls on there. You can't find this wood just anytime you find Fatwood. Okay, not all Fatwood has swirls like this, because I think this is a long leaf. So, anyway, I'm going to slope it off here and cut it off, and then we're going to start making a base and a finial for it, like a top. I did start to open it one time before, when it was a little vase I made a long while back. When I first got my lathe, in fact. It was probably a month or two after I got my lathe. I tried to make a little vase. And I did. I made a vase, a basic shape. But anyway, being on this lathe from the Harbor Freight lathe, it's a huge difference in the fact that it wasn't exactly running true. And so I trued it on this lathe. I sanded it a little bit and shined it up. Alright, I had to stop a minute and sharpen this thing. It just was getting pretty dull. Now I am going to try to fix the hole a little bit because it's not rounded. It's not running true. Okay, that's about as good as I'm gonna get it, guys. Let's look at her. Wow, that is stunning. Stunning, stunning. Now the inside's not all that great, but I'm gonna cover it anyway. So anyway, we're gonna cut it off so we can be done. And she'll get a bottom also. That's right. She'll get a bottom. Hot, hot. Man, it's hot. I don't want to get caught in the chuck. I do want to be able to catch it. Isn't that beautiful? Now I'll cut that off with a utility knife. Make sure you can see what I'm talking about. I'll cut that off with a utility knife. And there's going to be a bottom that goes on this area. So it's not going to matter whether this is, you know, rough or not. I'll clean it up some, but it's going to be covered. But this is a beautiful piece of wood. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? Wow. right, there's some holes in this ball. I didn't know that. So I'm going to have to make it smaller and go past those, or make a different design. And that's fine. And sometimes you got to do that, you know. You got to improvise. You just got to go along with the wood piece you have. But anyway, and there's some holes in this. This is going to be the bottom of the vessel. I'm making the bottom the base. And the base over here is not good neither. So I have to... See, I'm glad I stopped it. I didn't see all that before. Let me see if I got past that on the base so I can reshape it. So yeah, when the wood's spinning really fast, you can't see any imperfections. That looks good. This bad area over here is still on the base. This right here is going to be the mating up with the vessel. This end over here is going to be sitting on the table. And I still got to make it even smaller. Okay, I gotta cut it off. Isn't it beautiful? Yeah, the holes are still there. when I put the clear glue on there, and when I color it, put the clear glue on, it's not going to matter. It'll be dark, and it'll fill up and it's not like a hole, it's just dark areas, and it's like slightly pitted, so I'm not worried about it. I apologize about the noise in the background. It's my neighbor blowing her driveway off. So anyway, let me cut it off. I got to cut this area and this area, so I got to cut this first, and I got to be careful not to put too much pressure on there and break it, that's for sure. I was just thinking it would be terrible if that little tiny piece, that little teeny tiny piece gnat of a wood made this whole thing break off. That would be ironic. Okay, let me cut it off down here. Hello everyone, welcome back. I finally got it finished. The vessel with the finial and the base, the long extended base. And I used that Fatwood, remember, with the swirls on it. And let me tell you something, that is one gorgeous piece of artwork. That is beautiful. That's beautiful. That's one thing I love about Fatwood. You get the resin in it. Excuse me. It has some beautiful patterns, all sorts. I mean, each and every piece is individual, unique, one of a kind, beautiful piece of artwork. And I loved this because when I first started collecting Fatwood, I saw the beautiful resin, the colors, the ambers, oranges, the yellows, the tans, all those colors in there. It was just so beautiful. And, I started reading about it and doing research. And because I noticed when you cut it open, it fades. And I wanted to capture that best I could, and I realized the reason why it fades is because it's got oils in it. Now, oils dry out, the resin dries out, and leaves the wood, and so it loses that beautiful color, that fresh color of when you first cut it. So anyway, I wanted to capture that in art best that I could. Now, I know eventually over time, all wood kind of dries out from what I've read. And so, what it looks like, what it will look like 5 years from now is going to be different. But I tried to capture that best I could. Now, I finally got smart and decided to put a white background over here so we can see everything clearly. Let me get to the base here. There's the base. Okay. And we got to go, and this is beautiful. This is just absolutely gorgeous. And I got this thing really thin. And y'all watched me make it. So that's very thin right there. Very, very thin. And I wasn't able to really form the tip the way I wanted to. I wanted to come out some as a point, a long point, but it wasn't going to happen because it kind of broke off right there. And I thought, well, we're just going to leave it like that. Now I'm going to show you something that I did on some Fatwood. This is great granddaddy Fatwood. This is so old. This Fatwood here is so old that the resin, and it is Fatwood, even though it doesn't look like it, but it is Fatwood. But it's so old, it was dried out and starting to rot, but I was able to still turn it, and I got it so thin at the tip. It's thinner than a toothpick. Okay, you see that? That tip right there is probably half the size of a toothpick. Let me get a toothpick and I'll show you. I gotta find it. I got some stuff hidden behind this towel I don't want y'all to see. Because I got other projects going on. So we got to keep it a little secret. Now it is thin as a toothpick at the tip. Okay. Actually, it's making me out to be a liar. It right is the same size as a toothpick. Actually, it is thinner. I can't hold it and show you at the same time. Let me see if this light will help some. I'm just trying to just get something set up here. Let me turn the screen on so I can see. Let's put it over here. Okay. Come on, screen. Stop blacking out on me so quickly. So actually, it is as thin as a toothpick. It is very thin. You can see the two together. Let's see if I can do it like this. I'm trying to get out of the shadow of it. Let me go over here. See? So anyway, I just wanted to show you what that Delta lathe can do. And I got a new chuck, and it's a smaller chuck. It holds smaller pieces, so the pieces that I could not use before on the other chuck, and I just could not turn, it would just be scrap wood. Now I'm able to take those pieces and use them. And I got some striped Fatwood out there I can use to make small, thin finials with now. So I'm just so excited about this. And anyway, I just wanted to show you the end piece. Isn't she gorgeous? Let me lay her down. Lay me down. Okay. So there you go. She's beautiful. Look at those stripes. That is just gorgeous. And then there's less stripes in this one little area, and that's fine. That's part of the pattern of it. But anyway, it just comes back around, starts swirling again. So I wanted to make a vessel instead of just a round flat ball. I wanted to make more like a larger vessel, kind of like a cup in a way. But it's closed. It's not open. You can't take that off. So anyway, wow, look at that. That's stunning right there. That is so stunning. Look at that. You can't tell me that's not beautiful. If you don't think that's beautiful, I don't think you know the definition of beauty. Okay. And everybody's an individual. So I can't blame you for that, can I? It's hard to see those beads, those little bitty beads I did, and it's still holding together. Look at that. That is gorgeous. Okay. I thank you for, I have to talk louder because my compressor kicked on. Thank you so much for coming and visiting my channel. That compressor has a tendency to kick on every time I'm talking. Anyway, I thank you for coming and visiting my channel. I thank you for all my new subscribers. I saw several of them this last time. I was so excited. Thank you. That is such a huge compliment. And I know I've said that before. I don't mean to repeat myself. I don't have a broad range of vocabulary words. All I can tell you is thank you. That is a compliment. That says to me that you enjoyed my video and that you liked what you saw. And I just want to say thank you. You make my channel what it is. Thank you. And you enrich my life. And I'm so thankful and privileged and honored to share my artwork with you. All right, y'all have a wonderful day, okay? And I hope to see you again next time. Bye-bye.